Thank you very much for coming along. Tonight's show is about Nestle, and it's about breast milk substitutes. It's about baby milk powder. And Nestle they're the largest, or the biggest food manufacturer in the world. Their annual budget for advertising, promotion, PR around the globe is $7 billion. You could have adverts every day for $7 billion with Bill Clinton and Monica Lewinsky there on telly with Nescafé going, I always like to wash my mouth out with a nice cup of coffee. $7 billion. And these companies and Nestle lay a lot of importance on brand loyalty. Like, you buy one product, you buy all of them. You know, it's brand loyalty. And when you think about it, you think, how can I be loyal to a bar of chocolate? The show is also not just about Nestle, it's about PR and advertising, I suppose. And PR and advertising from whatever company is weird, because they'll only tell you the bits that they want to use to sell the product. They won't tell you any of the reality of it. You know, you don't turn on the telly and there's a bloke there who's pissed himself, covered in vomit. Just go, oh, she's fucking left me! She left me, the bitch! Carlsberg. They don't. And there's a problem with baby milk powder. There's nothing actually wrong with the product of baby milk powder. It's how it is used. The World Health Organization and UNICEF say that if you could reverse the downward trend of breastfeeding, you could actually save 1.5 million children's lives. And the problem is, if it's not clearly marketed, if it's not clearly labelled, if you haven't got the instructions, right, if you can't read it, if it's in a foreign language, if the health warnings aren't there for you, then you can misuse the product, and that might actually result in infant mortality. So 1981, the World Health Organization developed a thing called the WHO Code, which isn't anything to do with Roger Daltrey swinging microphones and trout fishing. And it was about the advertising and marketing of breast milk substitutes. And Nestle signed up to the code and said yes. In fact, they went one step further. They've got a little charter here, which they give to members of the public. It says, Nestle does, as you can see, it says, Nestle does comply with both the letter and the spirit of the World Health Organization's International Code of Marketing of Breast Milk Substitute. I thought, hurrah. They said it does support efforts by governments to implement the international code through legislation. I thought, fantastic. They also said Nestle invites government officials, health professionals and consumers to draw to its attention any Nestle infant formula marketing practices in developing countries which they consider are not in conformity with the above code. So when we found a few bits and pieces that questioned it, it was my moral duty to bring it to their attention. And we got a few letters from various southern African countries that raised a question mark on it. And we found out that Nestle were having a big launch party down in Piccadilly Circus on the day of the eclipse to sort of launch their new Nescafe stuff. 3, 2, 1. Martine, are you aware of the health problems about baby milk advertising? And are you aware of those? Martine, are you aware of the health? I'm here, hiya. Are you aware of the health problems, Martine, of baby milk advertising, the way Nestle market their products and develop them? Have they told you about it, Martine? Have they all? Oh, right, so was there any problem there? It's just that we got the invite and we thought we'd come along.
Absolutely no problem at all.
It's just,
can you bear with me?
Yeah, sure. I've got what I've got here is, you know, it says here that you've got, because Nestle are in breach of the. Were you asking the photographer to take some shots of the demonstrators and all that?
No, absolutely not. No. We're just taking photographs of everything that's happening.
So there's no shots of the demonstrators or any of that?
I've no idea.
Hiya. You've been photographing for Nestle?
I don't wish to talk to you if you don't mind.
Are you from Nestle?
Yeah.
Lovely. What it is? Can you give us your name?
No, I think you want to speak to Marion.
Martine, your charter is wrong. Your charter's fibbing here.
Well, we obviously don't feel the charter is fibbing.
Are you aware of that, Martine? Did they tell you about that, Martine? So Martine, You're all right there, sweetheart.
We
You're
don't
not working
believe
with...
in conflict. We believe in trying to work together.
I've just been sandwiched by a couple of security guards, and you don't believe in conflict.
I don't work for Nestle.
Oh, don't you? Do you work for Impact then?
I do.
Oh, right. Oh, I see. Do Impact have a sort of like an ethical policy, or do they just work for anyone?
We abide by that charter, and we are, we do believe that we behave ethically. Try me one more time on that.
Okay.
Is that? If people can actually come to us with definite evidence, then we will act upon it. But people don't come up with any evidence. They don't give us.
This has been sent to you, so.
Yeah, well, that's grand. But as I say, that's all about different interpretations of the code, and it is very complex. But at the end of the day, we wouldn't be publishing that code if we didn't believe in it.
So we went away and we started phoning up some of the southern African countries, and we phoned up Zimbabwe and got put through to the health minister. I said to him, Nestle say that you support them, that basically Nestle are saying that Zimbabwe say you comply with the WHO code. And he said, well, they do comply with the original 1981 code, but they don't necessarily comply with the subsequent resolutions, which are equally important. I said, oh, really? I said, what about supporting governments through their process of putting the code into legislation? Because it's just a voluntary code. Are you trying to make it law? He said, oh, yes.
They called a meeting of parliamentarians, and oddly enough, only 3 turned up to try and tell the parliamentarians that if we went ahead with putting the code into regulation, they would remove themselves from Zimbabwe. We knew this to be an idle threat.
There's a thing called the Prima Baby Show, the Mother and Baby Show, the Olympia, which is the idea of a baby show is just weird anyway. There's a whole load of them on a wall. I'll have that one. And what it was Nestle have got a stall there, and they got this new, part of their new marketing logo is this blue bear. And so we thought, right, we should try and sneak in. Hello.
Eat him up.
No, I can't eat you up. You're too lovely. What's your name?
Anaya.
Anaya, that's a lovely name. This is Blue Bear.
Blue Bear.
And I am Grey Bear.
You're Grey Bear.
Hello. What's your name?
Cooley.
Corey. Hello, Corey. I'm the Grey Bear of Truth. Who can I speak to?
Sorry?
Who can I speak to?
Can you talk to me?
Excellent. This is, you know, on the back of the Nestle charter, it says report incidents.
I think you have had contact with the company, haven't you?
Yes, I have, but I found more.
What?
I found more things. If
What
you listen
I'd
to
like
this.
to request is that you speak to your contact tomorrow in the office, please.
This is Zimbabwe,
I'd be very pleased.
and this is the chief. This is the health minister. This is like Frank Dobson.
Should
I turn it up for you?
Oh, no, it's okay. I'd be very
Because what he's
grateful.
saying is that Nestle tried to economically blackmail Zimbabwe.
We're very busy at the moment.
I know, but you see, I've come here as a bear, so it's nice and friendly.
Right, okay.
To match with your lovely blue bear.
Thank you very much. That's very
I
kind.
love bears. Do you like bears?
I do too. As you can see, we're up to our eyes, and if
I
you could
know.
just perhaps wait till tomorrow when the office is open again and contact.
But the suit hire runs out. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
There for certain, because today's the day the teddy bears have their picnic.
We then discovered, we got a tin. Here's the tin. This is from Mozambique. This is the tin, here it is. And you can see it's all in English on the back there. It's all in English. Now, there are 33 languages and dialects recognised in Mozambique. English isn't one of them. So I felt duty-bound and morally obligated to go and tell Nestle about it. I am brand loyal. I have taken an oath of allegiance to my chocolate. I have recently bonded in a bizarre pagan ceremony with some smarties. I must go. Nestle UK had said, no, we're not going to talk to you on camera. We'll fax you our answers. So I thought, right, we'll go to the top. So we went out to Switzerland. And we got to Switzerland, and Nestle have got a food museum, right, which is fascinating, which is 5 minutes away from their headquarters in a place called Vevey. So we went into their food museum. We had a few bits and pieces, and we just set up a little stall and put the tins on display, and then started phoning up the chief executives. And because the Swiss are so anally retentive and respectful of authority,